Conservative Christian radio hosts Rick Wiles and Steve Quayle spoke about Obama's relationship with Israel, and this happened.
I read last night on one of the Israeli news websites that Prime Minister Netanyahu privately told his advisors that Israel can no longer count on the United States veto of resolutions at the UN Security Council. They no longer have assurance that the United States is going to stand with Israel. And so the Israelis are coming to the conclusion that Barack Obama is a threat to them.
Well, if there was ever a clearer or more present danger, Rick, I don't know what it would be. You know, I mean that honestly. Listen, attack from within, attack from without. And point blank, what people have got to understand, that's the same thing that's happening in this country. We're attacked from within. And again, where were the congressmen? Where were the senators? Where were they when all this stuff with Ebola was going down?
Steve, do you believe that Barack Obama is a potential mass murderer on the scale of Stalin, Mao Zedong, Pol Pot?
I think he'll supersede them all.
If you do some research and you look at how many people they killed, there's it varies widely. There's no, solid number because so many people who were killed were fucking buried immediately, and, people don't know about the extent of the war crimes in all these regimes. But it's about 80 million. According to these goofball radio hosts, Obama is going to surpass the 80 million people killed by Stalin, Pol Pot, and Mao. They don't even believe that. They can't believe that. Who can believe that? You can't believe, because try to have anybody try to explain that rationally. Yeah, he's going to kill about over 80 million. Okay, how? Break it down for me. Tell me who he's going to kill, when he's going to kill them, and how he could get to such a high number. They can't tell you. And you know what this shows you? This shows you something I've been saying about extreme conservatives for the longest time. They don't live in the same world we do. When I say something, when you say something, you know what we're thinking? We're thinking, okay, is this factual or not? Is this true or false? That's how I categorize things in my head when I'm speaking. If I'm talking about a topic that merits that, as long as it's not a purely opinion topic, like whatever, favorite ice cream. But if we're talking about an empirical question, you bring empiricism to the fucking table. And you say, okay, it was what I'm saying true or false? And you try to bring up relevant, true information. These guys, you have to understand, guys, they're operating on a different frequency. It's a different wavelength completely. That's not even in the question to them. It's not in the conversation. It's not a thought that enters their thick fucking minds of, am I saying something that's true or false? That doesn't matter to them. That doesn't matter. What matters is driving home their narrative regardless of the reality, and they don't even view it as this can be categorized as true or false. In their mind, they live in a vacuum in their own minds, where it's just you're parroting the same talking points back to each other. So to them, this is just normal. Like, yeah, he's going to kill more than Pol Pot, Mao, and Stalin. And then when he doesn't, are they going to apologize? Are they going to say I was wrong? No, they'll never realize it. Never. Even if somebody brings up to them, hey, man, remember when you said that? You were just totally wrong about that. No, I wasn't. Move on. Because it doesn't matter to them true or false. It's not about that. It's not about that. They think they're standing for a higher truth, which is above the truth in this worldly existence we have here. And of course, to them, since they're uber fundamentalist Christians, it's the truth of God, and the Republicans are good and the Democrats are bad, and that's the truth no matter what. Or you're a fucking idiot and you think like a toddler. And then listen to everything else he said. Oh, Israel can't count on the U.S. veto anymore. Good. I don't know if that's necessarily true. It's probably not. But I hope we get to that point. Why? Because every time the U.S. and Israel have ganged up together and vetoed stuff at the UN, it's been horrible. It's, for example, like when we try to get a peace deal with Palestine and create a two-state solution. The rest of the UN is like, yeah, rock and roll, let's do this. And who says no? Only the U.S. and Israel. So I hope the U.S. abandons that ridiculous idea, and they're in favor of a free Palestinian state that gets full UN recognition. And then he says Obama's a threat to Israel. Also, is that where he's going to kill millions and millions of people? Israel? Really? That's what's going to happen? Obama's going to invade Israel. He's going to kill people. How is Obama a threat to Israel? By not allowing Netanyahu to come to the Pentagon and just take our tanks and our anti-aircraft missiles and our weaponry, as he was doing, by the way, bypassing the administration and going right to the Pentagon. How's he going to hurt Israel? By not giving them billions of dollars every year? Good. I hope he doesn't give them billions of dollars every year. Just like I hope we don't give Egypt or anybody billions of dollars every year, especially when it goes to fighting. But another one of the bigger points, Ebola. Is that how he's going to kill 80 million people or more than that? 90, 100 million people through Ebola. You want to know how many people died from Ebola in the U.S. Up to this point? 1. We're almost there, man. We're almost there. Just, about 89,999,999 people left